Big game energy. It is June 15th. James and Spencer hanging out with you. And there is one thing to discuss today, James, and it is the New York Knicks. After 53 years, New York City's being burnt to the ground as the New York Knicks are champions once again. Jalen Brunson goes for 45, and he is finals MVP.
I did pick the right team to win. Maybe not in 6, but in 5. Go figure. But no, this series, Spence, I'm not going to lie, this whole series threw me for a loop because you saw that the Spurs were the better team, it seemed like 69, 72% of the game or the series. They led. That's how much they led during the series and somehow still found a way.
Especially if you ask Wemby after the game.
Oh, yeah, I know. You asked that. You know what? Yeah, we'll get into him in a little bit. But for the Spurs, they looked dominant the whole part. And it was a tale of two different sides of like how you're going to play this game of basketball. And Spence, we saw it. The Spurs were inexperienced from coaches to players. And I'm not saying the Knicks were experienced in the finals, but you had Mike Brown, who's been to the finals as an assistant and a head coach. You've had guys, a nucleus core that got at least some type of championship pedigree with Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson with Villanova. They're the three musketeers. And then you bring Cat. And this team that really, I'm just shocked what a job Mike Brown did really overall, because this is basically almost the same team with Tom Thibodeau. And they were at the Eastern Conference Finals last year, lost to the Pacers. But overall, Spence, I was more impressed with just Jalen Brunson and them saying, hey, we're just going to play our game and we'll figure a way out. And besides game 4 and 5, Jalen Brunson was so inefficient. Was he dropping the most points in the series? Hell yeah. But he was like dropping 45 on 45 shots, 30 on 30 shots. Like It was like, and I don't want to say it was Mamba mentality, but damn, hey, they were figuring out ways to win. And they did it with Cat really not being a real factor after game 2. What he scored in game 5, it was only like 4 points. It just, for a guy they're paying big bucks to have him only score minimum points every other game after game 1 and 2 was shocking. But overall, man, I'm not going to go as far as what Stephen A. Smith said. Stephen A. Smith said that the Knicks saved basketball, because I don't believe that. I just believe that what the Knicks did showed that, hey, you got to just find a way to build a real nucleus core. And if that means your star player needs to take $100 million pay cut, then do it. If your second best player only needs to score 2 points a game because they know that OG Anunoby is the most efficient Knick on the team, then do it. And they figured a way out. And I think at the end of the day, I'm not going to say team up with your best friends, because the Heat did it for a time and the Warriors did it for a time, but the Knicks have done it. They traded all the picks for the best friends. They all took cuts. We got fathers coaching the team.
How bad it must feel to be Dante DiVincenzo.
Had to sacrifice him for a title, man. And I know he's happy. But no, overall, the Knicks series with the Spurs, it just showed, man, that veteran and core presence, man, from head coaching all the way down just made a difference. And I don't think, it's crazy. I don't think the Knicks did anything that was like, wow, the Knicks are such a better team than the Spurs. It was just the little details that got ironed out. And now the Knicks are NBA champions. And I can't wait for them to like try to go back to back. But you know how this goes. They probably already got the title odds out. And guess what? The Knicks are probably the 6th best odds to win this all.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
I will say on the other side for the Spurs, Wemby, everyone kind of has said this is going to be okay for him. This is his for LeBron. He had 2007 against the Spurs where he got swept. For Wemby, he's going to have 2026 where he got his gentleman swept by the Knicks. And he'll be back to this point in his future. But for the rest of the guys on the Spurs, wake-up calls for everybody, all right? Dylan Harper, the only positive wake-up call I have here is that he is definitively your second-best player. He needs to never come off the bench ever again, all right? Now, that being said, who does he need to replace? De'Aaron Fox played like a terrorist in this championship series in the finals. Listen to this, James. 12.8 points a game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, on 34% from the field and 25% from beyond the arc. De'Aaron Fox was horrendous, and you look at that contract, $50 million next year, and it's going to be upwards of $60 million in the final year of his contract. Can they even trade De'Aaron Fox at this point after what he did? That remains to be seen, but they have got to make sure that he is not getting minutes over Dylan Harper ever again. That cannot happen.
No, you're right. Don't get me wrong. Hey, De'Aaron Fox did seal the game winner in Game 3 in New York, but besides that, he was horrible. He was inefficient, out the yin-yang, and I know he's going to get more scrutinized over anyone over what happened in Game 4 because the running he could have ran out the clock. Maybe the series is 2-2 now, and again, the Spurs led 72 or 69% of the series and still found a way to lose. And it reminds me of the stupid childhood book, The Hare versus the Tortoise. And somehow the tortoise ended up winning the race, even though the bunny is so much faster and blah, blah, blah. But it's okay, man. Hey, again, we talked about this last week. The Spurs, they will be fine. They got a young core with Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper and Victor. They'll be fine. They just got to
Stephon Castle also had a pretty bad series. 38% from the field, 30% from three.
Yeah, he was horrible game 5.
They were not good.
No,
all across the board. It was Wemby.
Even
had
Wemby
some bad
good
games, but he 26 and 11. You'll take that all day. That's pretty good numbers from Victor.
Yeah,
and then of course Dylan Harper, like I said, 18 points, 3 assists. I'm doing a little stat sheet watching right now, but it's just when you compare the stats between the Spurs and the Knicks, you look at the numbers and you think, okay, how was this 4-1 Knicks? And it just truly was. The Spurs just could not close the deal at all. They did in Game 3, but 4 different times they have big leads, and they blow every single one of them, including Game 5 in your own building. All-time choke job for the Spurs.
Yeah, and I know for a fact I'm not going to be hot takey over here and be like Mitch Johnson should be fired or he should be on the hot. I'm not going to go that far. Yes, the players execute and X, Y, and Z, but dude, you might have low-key cost the Spurs the title, man, because either it's your mismanaging of minutes with Dylan Harper over a guy who's making, you mentioned, De'Aaron Fox making $50 million, so you got to put the veteran in, but he played more like a rookie than Dylan Harper. You got that. You got the 15-0 run, no timeouts, no this, no that. Hey, man. And you know what's sad, I think, about the Mitch Johnson thing is that you see photos of, Greg Popovich is in the building supporting the Spurs, and he's got a hand in all of this. And it's like, did Mitch Johnson not listen to Greg Popovich if he gives advice? I'm pretty sure Greg Popovich mentioned something like, hey, man, if you see this, I know this is your team, but let's pull the horses and let's pull the reins on this because, man, 15-0 runs, no calling timeouts, man.
To be fair, do you think Greg Popovich can even speak words right now? Last time I saw him, he was in bad shape. With all due respect, but it was like,
I know, like you got better odds of Joe Biden giving you a full speech than
I mean, that's about what we're dealing with right here is those two guys.
I was about to say, Spence, how do you feel about the Knicks fans, not the reckless ones? I'm talking about the Spike Lees, the Ben Stillers, the OGs that have been waiting for this. Hey, you're kind of in that boat. You waiting for your Texans to win one. How do you feel, man, for those that have been just waiting for a Knicks? Tracy Morgan. And they got one.
Look, it's always cool whenever a team that hasn't won in a very long time or at all, when they get a championship. It's always kind of cool to see. And I am happy for those Knicks fans. That's really cool. But I will say, I forgot, and I had a friend point this out recently, the fact that, yes, the Knicks, it's great to see them back, and it is good for the NBA overall. Again, I don't know about saving the NBA. I'm with you about Stephen A. Smith being off his rocker for that. But with the Knicks being back on top of the basketball world and it being New York, it's just, I'm reminded that we're going to have 4 more months of just the Knicks being the greatest team of all time. They are just, of all the teams, we've had 8 straight years with a different champion. The Knicks, though, they're going to be the ones to back it up and go back to back. And it's going to be based off of nothing, and it's just going to be because they're New York, because it's the New York market, because everybody and their moms is a Knicks fan. They're going to get all just the crazy biased coverage, and it's just going to be nauseating. But at least for a little while, and for the 2 weeks I was cheering for them to beat the Spurs, because F the Spurs always. I'm happy for them, but I'm going to be careful what I wish for in the future, because I think I might have a little bit of regret.
Yeah. a little bit. I'm okay. I got no regret. I picked the Knicks to win the finals against the Spurs. I'm happy, man. Because you know why? Because I usually do this to you, man, all the time. It's always one or the other, man. I find a way to beat you in all these pick'ems all
Oh
the
yeah, just
time.
like you did with your Masters tournament, just like you did with March Madness. Oh, okay, got
Oh
it,
damn,
got it.
damn. Hey, Brady the goat.
Hey, you always want to talk about whenever I'm beating you, but whenever I actually beat you, it's nothing.
Yo, hey,
I actually beat you, and it's nothing because we haven't heard you say nothing for months because I've been kicking your ass recently. But I'm humble about it.
Hey, man, all I say
Especially
is
that Masters. You're a better golfer than me, and I cooked your ass in that Masters pool, bro. I beat you by as many strokes as you beat me in real life.
Yeah, F you, Bryson DeChambeau. You
just
break
saying.
50 YouTube golfer now. You're not even a pro anymore. Gosh, get off of my screen. But yeah, no, overall, no, I'm just glad the finals went the way it did. We didn't get the Thunder and the whole flop. Imagine if the Thunder would have been in this final. We had a flop contest between Jalen Brunson and SGA.
And dude, it's funny. Like Jalen Brunson it's the meme of, hey, you look great today. Oh, thanks. Hey, you look great today. Hello, human resources. Whenever we're talking about Jalen Brunson versus Shea, and it's so interesting to me because Shea is definitely the better player, but he gets all the flack for it, and Jalen Brunson gets a little bit, but everyone's but he's Jalen Brunson. He's clutch. He's small. He's really good. He plays for New York. Ding 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 ding.
Hey, matter of fact, you said talk about a guy being small. How do you think, bro, Becky Hammond feels, bro? Dog walking. Don't get me wrong. She owned up to it. She took it like a champ. Yo, man, I meant what I meant, and if he wins, then I got to take it back.
Yeah, she set herself back with that. She's not getting no head coaching job anytime soon now because of that. I straight up think she might have been like in the rumblings for it in the future. Nope, not anymore. That set her back.
You think Becky Hammond would coach NBA? I know she
not anymore.
Yeah, I think she was part of the Spurs team. She was trying to. Hey, you know it'd be funny if she did get the opportunity. Let's say she did, right? Or whatever team. I don't know, the new expansion team. Her first draft pick, 6'1" guard. Yo, dog. I'd be like, oh damn, bro. That's cold. But no, man, I can't believe it. And now with NBA finals done, we get draft night, we get free agency, we get all the fun jazz.
Yeah. We got a lot of time to discuss what will be coming up in the summer, and it should be a very interesting summer. Now that the season's officially over, all heads are turning to Milwaukee and what's going to happen with Giannis.
Yeah.
There were rumblings around this weekend that there's going to be a deal done by the draft, which is only in a couple of weeks. We shall see where he would go.
Yeah.
James, we haven't really talked about Giannis' actual destinations, so let's just put it out there right now. We only have one topic tonight. Where do you realistically think Giannis ends up next year? Milwaukee or another team? And if it's another team, where you think?
I just, you know how they always trade these superstars. You got to put them to the other conference. But when you go to the other conference, I just don't see packages available unless you have to really deeply cut some of these roster spots. Now I get, we always joke about the Thunder with all the picks, but the money wise doesn't make sense. The Spurs, unless they can get rid of De'Aaron Fox and some money swap things.
That could be interesting. You trade De'Aaron Fox, that makes the money match, and you sprinkle in however many picks the Bucks want. Yeah. Maybe they throw in a Keldon Johnson who didn't do anything in the finals also.
Yeah.
Maybe you do throw in, I don't know, they'll probably ask for Stephon Castle. I think I might do that.
You might, yeah. So you just got to kind of see. There's a lot of teams.
Wemby and Giannis would be absolutely terrifying. I think we've talked about this before, just kind of floating around stupid ideas, but it's actually pretty realistic right now, I think.
Yeah, imagine them two teamed up. They run in the Spurs. And it's, bro, are we watching NBA or FIBA, bro? Because, they just run a European basketball team just right out of the blue. But no, they talked before the Knicks won. It was always Knicks, Heat, somebody else. And I don't know, Spence. I definitely now don't see him going to the Knicks because.
No, definitely not. You can roll that one out.
Yeah. So it's like, how many times have the Heat been interested in somebody and they never get anyone? Besides signing LeBron James, they never get the trade packages for KD, for Giannis, for this guy, except Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, but they signed him technically.
Yeah. I don't know where Giannis can actually go that would. Because they said Portland was out of the mix. They said a lot. Of course, Lakers fans always think they're going to get him. They might trade Austin Reeves for Giannis straight up and get lucky again.
I think they have to make the money work somehow with that one. But I'll give you my two teams. I think I could see the Spurs. I think that's interesting with where they're at right now. I think they could definitely look at things. But the team, I think, first off, if I really had to pick right now, I just have this gut feeling that he doesn't leave at all. I think he goes it back with the Bucks because they always just do this weird song and dance every single offseason, and something always happens at the last minute that he ends up back in Milwaukee. I could see that happening again, but if he gets traded, I actually think it would be somewhere in the conference. I think there's something going on up in Boston, and I think Jalen Brown's on a big enough contract that he could be shipped out. There's chemistry potentially. That's a problem there. Make the money work, trade Jalen Brown to the Bucks, or maybe you third-party him somewhere and you get Giannis in Boston. It's a big market, historic team. He pairs up with Jason Tatum. That could be a duo that's very dangerous, and you got shooters around him. I don't know. I think that would be one that makes a lot of sense for me, but we'll see. A lot of teams have been rumored for him. I've heard teams like the Blazers, the Rockets, the Heat, the Warriors. The way this is going to go down, I could see it being some random-ass team that no one's even talking about. Like the freaking Hawks just come out of nowhere, and the Hawks trade for him. Like
hey, man, the Hawks are the second best team in the league. They beat the Knicks twice.
Numbers don't lie. They did beat them more than anyone else this postseason.
Yeah, man. Gosh, I still can't believe the Knicks really lost those 2 games by 1 point each. And somehow found a way to win every game except one. And they could have lost all 5 of these games to the Spurs, but they could have won that one in game 3 as well. They had the opportunity, but
you just hate to see it, but you really don't.
Yeah, for you being a Rockets fan, sucks. And
I was definitely just I was hate watching the Spurs the whole time, and I was just like, surely Victor Wembanyama isn't gonna choke this, right? Surely. There was a little bit of like reverse jinxing going on in there.
Definitely.
Because I do not ever want the San Antonio Spurs to succeed. Signed Houstonians. And screw the people that are like, oh, Texas teams always. No, I can't stand that. They're rivals.
I had a friend text me. He was like, man, you jinxing the Spurs. I was like, man, I'm from Houston. I don't give a crap about the Spurs. I ain't a Rockets fan, but it's like you mentioned, when you from one city, you do not care about these other cities.
That's facts.
That's just what it is.
Facts.
Like,
All right, James, let's do a quick little no huddle because I want to get your thoughts on something. You were locked in on the Team USA match on Friday night. Now, let me tell you, James, I can tell that you aren't always the biggest World Cup watcher. You definitely don't watch a ton of soccer. So this was one of the first matches you've watched in a very long time. I'll tell you, as someone who watches pretty much every big USA match, this was the best match of all time.
Dude, it was electric.
What were your thoughts?
Dude, it was so electric. So this is me. And I know, like I said, I'm not the biggest soccer guy or I'm not the most strategic, but I always believe in one thing in soccer. You always have to be the aggressor, in my opinion. I just feel if you put more shot, just like the analytics in basketball, you put up more 3-pointers, you somehow score more points.
Time of possession, shots on goal.
And dude, USA, they saw that Paraguay flag and they were like, no, we the real red, white, and blue, and we gonna shove it down your effing throat. And dude, it just went from one to the other. I don't even know the guy's name because it's low-key not American, but I don't know how he got on the American team, but dude was a baller.
Oh, you talking about Florian Balogun?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you his story because this is great. He was actually born in Brooklyn. His mom is British. His father is Nigerian. His mother was in the country 8.5 months pregnant, visiting family, and he was born here, and they couldn't get back home for another month. So his first month of his life was in Brooklyn, and then he grew up the rest of his life in the UK. So he had eligibility for Nigeria through his dad, UK through his mom, and then the USA through his birth spot. And he chose between those 3. He chose to play for the United States, basically just because of 1 month of his life. And that was who the hero was against Paraguay. Now, Gio Reyna, I don't know if do you know the backstory of Gio Reyna?
No, you look, the only thing I know about this USA team, besides now Landon Donovan got his hair back. Homie was bald on the broadcast and he got back. But Christian Pulisic, only reason why I know him because he's a decently good golfer. I've watched him golf on YouTube. Yeah, he's cold-blooded. Other than that, I know nothing about these guys except I'll say this, Spence. Spence, I'm going to say this, and I know you always try to make sure I don't say crazy things, but man, when the starting lineup came out, I looked at my wife, I said, there's a lot of black guys on this team. Are we playing soccer or basketball, bro? Because we about to run this motherfucker. Bro, I was just so excited. I was excited.
It's funny about that is the fact that on that note, this USA team, compared to teams from the past, this team is way more technically skilled and doesn't rely on athleticism as much as the past teams have. These guys actually know how to have tactics and apply them, and they make good passes. They have good runs. And Christian Pulisic is by far the most talented player in the United States' history. I know Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey have some time playing overseas, but they weren't playing at clubs like Chelsea, at clubs like Dortmund, and now at clubs Milan that Pulisic has had. And he's not just role players for them. He is the team is revolving around him in the attack. And he was very aggressive. He doesn't always play aggressive. In 2022, he was not this aggressive. He was going after it. He was making runs, splitting defenders. He was amazing. Balogun was amazing. Gio Reyna, though, I am so happy because I was adamant that Gio Reyna got screwed in 2022. But then it came out after the fact that he had training camp issues with his attitude and his effort. And then his parents went on scorched earth negative PR tour against the old head coach Berhalter, so much so that they were like bringing up stuff from Berhalter's past from the 90s to try to get him to be fired from the U.S. national team. It was a big deal, and so people were saying, should Gio Reyna even be on the team? Because his parents are being like pageant moms, basically. He got it in the 81st minute, and he had the statement goal in the number 4, where he, from the outside of his boot, just flicked it in. Oh, so much fun. I've rewatched all the goals from that game like 5 different times. It was so much fun, and I cannot wait for the game against Australia this week.
You mentioned you watched all the goals. Once we got up 3-0, I looked at my wife and said, hey, now I know the Knicks came back by 29, but usually 3-0, it means this game is cooked. We got this done. But no, it was electric. I had a great time. Shout out to Tubi, man, letting me watch it for free, bro.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, bro. They let me watch that thing for free. But, man, I'm excited, man. I saw the odds went up for us to win the World Cup from like 5,500 to 4,100. So
okay.
Like, yeah.
All right. We're moving in the right direction. No, I don't want to win the World Cup. I don't think that's realistic. I want to make the quarters. I want to get out of the round of 16 and go tie the farthest that the United States has ever gone. We have never gone past the quarterfinals in a World Cup. That happened in 2002 after we beat Mexico in the round of 16, and it's the infamous 2-0. So I would love for that to happen this year, but it's a bigger field. Should be a little bit of an easier path. They should win their group after 3 big points, and especially after Turkey tied with they lost to Australia. So there's an opening for the United States. They beat Australia. They take a commanding lead, and they win the group, and then they get a favorable matchup for the round of 32. Just saying, this United States team could really make some noise in this World Cup on home soil.
Man, that would be electric for America. All right, let's finish this no huddle up. Guess what? You talked about soccer. We talking more soccer.
Let's go.
Spence, hey, man, you got to help me out. This guy, man. Chris Richards went 83 for 83 completed passes, are the most passes with 100% accuracy by any player in a FIFA World Cup match since 1966. Spence, what the is a completed pass?
Don't overthink it. It's just he kicked the ball
to
his teammate, and his teammate didn't have to fight away a defender to it too hard, or it didn't get contested. His teammate easily controlled it. And Chris Richards was spectacular. He was someone that a lot of people that watched this United States team were very skeptical that he could perform in defense against Paraguay, 41st ranked country in the world. He was spectacular. So we'll see as the competition gets a little tougher how he holds up, but through one match, A+.
A+. All right, man. Moving on to another A+ setting. The USA team you mentioned scored 4 goals in one game the other night.
Most ever.
Yeah. They scored more goals in one game than they did the last World Cup, where they only scored 3 goals in 4 games.
Yep.
Spins. Yo, how many more are we dropping?
I think we are going to get at least 4 more in the group stage. I think we go 2-1 against Australia. I think we go 2-0 against Turkey.
Whew, man, we're going to be dropping buckets.
9 points coming out of this group stage, entering the third round of 32 with just some swagger. Some patriotism.
We got freaking America. We got the hot dog eating contest soon. We got it all, man, in America. All right, Spence, last one. Now, we all know the Knicks won the finals. Jalen Brunson was named NBA's finals MVP. Now, Spence, I'm going to tell you, Jalen Brunson enters an elite class of NBA players. He is one of 4 players that have won an NCAA title, a Naismith College Player of the Year award, an NBA title, and an NBA Finals MVP. Can you guess the other 3 NBA players right now?
Okay, give me that list one more time.
All right. Jalen Brunson and 3 others have won an NCAA title, a Naismith College Player of the Year award, an NBA title, and an NBA Finals MVP. Can you guess the other 3?
Okay. That is tough.
It's not. It's really not.
It's really not?
It's really not.
Oh, okay.
It's really not. Like, I'll say it like this. Don't think anyone knew, because everyone kind of plays like 1 year and done.
Oh, okay. Michael Jordan.
There's number 2.
National of the Year, Finals MVP. Man, I wish I could say Hakeem Olajuwon.
I wish you could.
Yeah, he should have. Damn you, Jimmy V.
Damn you.
Not Magic Johnson, right?
No, he's got most of them. He just doesn't have the Naismith, because
That's-
Larry Bird won the year he did.
Damn,
Or the year
okay.
he won the title.
Okay. Man, I'm trying to think of some old... Oh, how about Dwayne Wade?
No.
Nah, I thought Marquette might have won one in the early 2000s with it.
We're talking big men, tall guys.
Patrick Ewing?
No.
Oh, he never won a finals. That's a terrible guess.
Yeah, that was bad. Just don't say LeBron James. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
James. Come on.
Did David Robinson do this?
No, he did not. All right, last guess, and I'm giving it away.
Pistol Pete.
Nah, I said tall guy. So who do I say? Number 3 player, I should say. Mr. Bill Walton himself. Bill Walton. And then number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those are the 4 players that have won an NCAA title, a Naismith College Player of the Year, NBA title, and NBA Finals MVP. So you know what that means now, Spence? Jalen Brunson's a Hall of Famer. That's what that means now.
He was a Hall of Famer the moment he won the finals. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson's Finals MVP is more impressive than Kawhi's 2. That's all I'm gonna say. They're way more impressive than his 2. I will give him that. Go, Jalen Brunson. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, not Kawhi. Screw you, Kawhi.
I hate that you're saying this when we're at 33 minutes because that is just asinine. I hate that so much. But let's wrap it up. James, good stuff this week. We'll be back on Thursday, and we'll jump into some football probably.
Gosh,
maybe a little World Cup update.
Yeah, we're going to have to make a shoot. I didn't even know what a completed pass was in soccer. We're going to have to go to football.
But dog days of summer are almost over, James. We are getting there,
there.
but we do have a little bit more of a hurdle to get through. So we are going to be getting ready for football season. So until Thursday, I'm Spencer for James. We'll see you next time on Big Game Energy.
And always bet the over like Brandon Sorsby.